I've been playing Mario games for a big chunk of my life. I've been playing Mario since I was 7. And one question that I'm surprised I didn't ask myself until now: how livable is the Mushroom Kingdom? After 40 years of nonsensical adventures, I'm surprised Nintendo never shone light onto what an average day is like for the average Toad. So today, I thought I'd look into that subject. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because we're about to go into a deep dive of the average life of a Mushroom Kingdom citizen. We will be judging the Mushroom Kingdom based on 5 main things: government, daily life, jobbing and housing, technology, and climate. Starting out with the first section, government. Out of all the stuff on this list, I'd say the government in the Mushroom Kingdom is what makes the most sense. Disclaimer: I am probably the least qualified person to talk about the government, so expect almost everything in this section to be wrong. As far as I'm concerned, there's the thing we do here in America, and then there's the king and queen. I don't really know anything else because I'm stupid. Keep in mind that almost all of this information will be coming from the Google AI overview because I'm too poor to afford ChatGPT. Now, originally, I thought the Mushroom Kingdom was, according to the AI overview, a federal monarchy. A federal monarchy is a form of government in which a single monarch serves as the head of... Okay, I'm not reading all of that. Basically, there's a lead monarch, but there's multiple people in charge of certain areas. The reason I thought this was the case for the Mushroom Kingdom is because of how the kingdom worked in Super Mario Bros. 3 with the kings and Peach being in charge. But then I remembered that Super Mario Bros. 3 was a play, and after Super Mario Bros. 3, none of the kings ever returned in the series, so I guess that means the kings were non-canon. So I guess the Mushroom Kingdom is just a regular monarchy. So I guess that concludes the government section, so let's move on to the daily life section. This section will more or less be talking about what it's like in the events of a Mario game for a Toad. Note that this guide assumes that you're a Toad living in Toad Town near Peach's castle. Now I'm sure you're thinking, nah, this is where I'm cooked. Bowser is always attacking the Mushroom Kingdom. I'm cooked. You are completely wrong. Because when Bowser attacks the Mushroom Kingdom, he almost 100% of the time does not bother even a single Toad. Unless you just so happen to be these guys. You see, Toads don't interfere with Bowser's plan. He wants to capture Peach and get out. Unless you interfere with Bowser, you're not gonna come out with even a scratch on your face. Besides these poor souls who got trapped in these crystals in the beginning of Galaxy. Okay, but what about when Bowser does kidnap Peach? He's in charge of the Mushroom Kingdom, right? Well, not exactly, because when Mario does catch up to Bowser, it's all over, and it usually happens within the same day. So, it doesn't really give Bowser time to alter anything like the laws or anything else. What about the enemies, though? The enemies are more or less a threat when Bowser is trying to take over the Mushroom Kingdom. During that time, it's just best to stay indoors. But that's what I do 100% of the time anyway. That's why I'm here recording YouTube videos instead of socializing. And when Bowser's not in charge, his minions are more or less like wildlife. They don't seem to bother you unless you bother them. Granted, there are some civilized Goombas, Koopas, etc., but some of them, well, most of them, appear to be wild animals. But to be honest, your biggest threat is Mario leaving your house and then it just despawning. But that's gonna be it for the daily life section. We're gonna move on to technology. Now, technology in the Mushroom Kingdom seems very inconsistent. From them being able to have a bus in Luigi's Mansion, to go-karts in Mario Kart, and even office jobs in Super Mario Party. Yet for some reason, whenever Princess Peach is kidnapped, Mario prefers to walk the whole way and take the frickin' scenic route. It makes you really wonder, why doesn't he just hop in a cart and start running enemies over? But it seems like technology seems to be much similar to technology IRL. And, oh yeah! According to Mario Kart 8, the Mushroom Kingdom has a frickin' space program. Also, Mario Kart tells us that cities are apparently somewhat common in the Mushroom Kingdom. But, I've played a lot of Mario games, and I ain't seeing too many cities. But I also want to talk about Mario Kart for a sec. Mario Kart appears to be like the Mushroom Kingdom's equivalent to the Greek Olympics. As you know, the Koopas are notorious for being the Mushroom Kingdom's enemies. But in Mario Kart, it appears that their differences are set aside with the Mushroom Kingdoms, and they just go and cheer on their team in whatever they're doing. Tennis, party, Mario Kart. It just appears to be the Mario Olympics or whatever. So it appears that they have their own brands. And Lemmy over here apparently has gotten into the tire business. But another thing that's even more inconsistent than technology has got to be the climate of the Mushroom Kingdom. Now, the climate has got to be the most inconsistent thing in the Mushroom Kingdom, because there's just some stuff that is physically impossible. The biomes in the Mushroom Kingdom include plains, deserts, beaches, glaciers, jungles, haunted swamps, mountains, skies, and volcanoes. So that's going to be it for the climate section of the video. Now we're going to move on to jobbing and housing. Now, jobbing and housing is probably one of the best parts about the Mushroom Kingdom. Most toads appear to have relatively similar houses. Granted, there are some houses that are better than others. Example, the mansion in Toad Town in Paper Mario and the Origami King. But for the most part, all toads have relatively similar houses, which means their paychecks are probably relatively similar. And while throughout Paper Mario, there's just like, oh, I don't get paid enough for this. Meaning that there probably are some toads who are minimum wage employees, and yeah, they do have bosses, but most toads seem to have enough to afford a house. However, there are no toads that are homeless. The closest thing to a toad being poor is probably a toad house in an unpopular location, like a haunted swamp or a volcano. But for the most part, there are no toads that are relatively homeless. The only toads that I could think of were the hitchhikers in Mario Kart World and Captain Toad. I don't really know about the hitchhikers, but Captain Toad seems willingly homeless. He doesn't really have a home because he's always on the move. Now, jobs in the Mushroom Kingdom seem relatively similar to jobs in the real world. There are construction workers, there are pit crew members, and even some shopkeepers. To be honest, the Mushroom Kingdom is fairly similar to Earth, but every week there's a giant turtle trying to kidnap your ruler, and it's honestly better. But yeah, to be honest, this is just a goofy little video I felt like making. Don't take any of this too seriously. I'm just making a goofy little video over here, and I only really have surface level knowledge of Mario. So I don't really know like much about the whole lore of like the spin-offs from like the N64 era. And this was my first Mario video. Let me know how I did in the comments. And to be honest, I had some fun making this video. But that's gonna be all from me. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Also, there's this new YouTube feature called Hype It, which basically helps out smaller channels. So if you want to hype a video, it will probably help the channel, so feel free to hype this video. Also, click on one of the videos on the end screen if you want to see some more stuff my channel has to offer. But anyway, enjoy your day. That's going to be all from me.